And we're joined now by Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops. Appreciate the time, Coach. It's good to talk to you. SEC Media Days, we're here.
Thank you. Good to be here. Appreciate you having me on. And it's always a busy day, but exciting day for our program.
She was just saying something in passing. You're probably the most beloved coach at Kentucky since a guy named Paul Bear Bryant.
Yes.
Well, it's a long time ago, but hey, I'll take it. Anybody that you get your name mentioned in the same breath with the great Bear Bryant, you'll take it. But it has been a good situation with myself in Kentucky. I think it's been a really good fit. I'm blessed to be there for 9 years, going on year 10. As you know, you sit here and watch these media days. There's a lot of turnaround. There's a lot of great coaches that have come and gone through the SEC. I'm very blessed to be the head coach at Kentucky. We've had our ups and we've had our downs, but overall, it's a very good marriage between myself, the fan base, the players, the community, and it's my home. So it's been very good.
If I was a young coach instead of an old radio guy, what would be the one piece of advice you would give me for a program's stability? Because that's what you've done.
Well, I think, number one, just authentic. If be who you are, and I think so many people try to be, other people, and there's great people to learn from in this profession, and we all take bits and pieces from all the wonderful coaches we've been around or listened to or watch, but you have to be authentic. I think those players see right through that, and you got to be who you are. And I think the other thing that's extremely big with that is relationships. You got to have strong relationships with your people, with your staff, and most importantly with the players.
So at Kentucky, we all know Kentucky has been mainly known as a basketball school in the SEC, but you're kind of changing that. How are you seeing that from fans? Like, what is the difference like now versus maybe back then?
Our fan base has always been terrific. Our fan base is rabid. You could go watch a soccer game or a volleyball game or anything, and that place is rocking. And our fan base is supportive of everything, and that's so I appreciate their support.
Good luck to you this year.
Thank you very much.
We certainly appreciate the
I
time.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Stoops, Kentucky head coach. It was awesome to be joined by him. We certainly appreciate the time. And Amanda, you're absolutely right. When you talk about Kentucky and what they've been able to do, I thought that was a great question you just asked Mark Stoops, if we want to drop the video of him. But that was, I thought, just phenomenal how, yes, I don't think of Kentucky as much of a basketball school as I once did. I think of it as both.
Yeah. Honestly, we all thought of Kentucky as a basketball school, especially since the days of Rupp. Rupp Arena, there's a reason Coach Bryant left Kentucky, it was because he didn't get as much or even just a small amount of the accolades that Rupp did. So with that being said, now that we're here, it's 2022, they may be looking forward to the basketball season, but it's not just let's skip over football now and here we are, we're going to basketball. Kentucky actually has a very good chance to make a run in the SEC East this year.
No, I think they do. It's kind of Georgia and everybody else, but I think Kentucky is clearly one of the second teams, which if you would have told Kentucky fans that 10 years ago, as you pointed out, it's year 10, man, it flies by, that if you would have told Kentucky fans you're in the hunt to be second over Florida and Tennessee in the SEC East, who wouldn't take that 10 years ago? I like a lot of what Mark Stoops brings because of his stability, and it's the reason I asked that question, because I think with Hal Mumme and some other coaches in the past, you've had a little bit more flair, so to speak. You've had guys that maybe had some sort of pizzazz where you could sell more tickets, but in the long run, building a foundation is what Mark Stoops has done and what I think has been most impressive at Kentucky.
Yeah, absolutely. He's by far, I think, one of the best coaches in the SEC East that we've seen in a long time. And as I said, people in Kentucky are excited about football. It's actually a game. It's not something that they dread going to Neyland Stadium. They're going to give Tennessee a game every year.
Why is he not a more prominent coaching candidate, you think, and when people have coaching searches?
I think he's happy where he is. I mean, honestly, I think legitimately, it seems like to me he is happy where he is. He has taken a program that was consistently not great. And he's turned him
Horrible.
around. I mean, it's what, 10-win seasons?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty stunning. And again, he's not doing it with tricks. You know how Mummy's offense. I go back then. That was probably the last time what Kentucky was relevant because how Mummy's offense could throw an upset at you, and then suddenly you're another team that's on the outside looking in. But it was so gimmicky. It was short passes. It was going for it on fourth down or your own 30. This isn't gimmicky at all. This is kind of old school football. I know Sam Pittman's here today too with Arkansas. Those guys remind me of as old school football gets nowadays.
Now, Kentucky used to be, I mean, on everyone's schedule, they were kind of ranked in like the Vandy side of things when it came to football. It was like, okay, well, they might give you a game for a couple of quarters, but then this is going to be an automatic win. They're not that anymore. They're definitely not that anymore. I mean, they're a challenge for everyone. They'd be a challenge for Georgia. They're a challenge for Alabama.
Agreed. That conversation with Mark Stoops, we're live from SEC Media Days, is brought to you by a couple of fine people in the North Knoxville area. How about Viles Automotive Group on Callahan Drive? Viles Automotive Group has the selection that you need. They also have the service department that'll take care of you, and integrity is what they are all about. They want, they need, and they appreciate your business. And it's almost football time, but before then, get the Big Orange Phillies in North Knoxville. Right there on Maynardville Pike, easy to get to from North Knoxville or Maynardville, but it's in the middle of the halls. You will love it. So we'll be back after this with more coverage brought to you by Viles Automotive Group and, of course, Big Orange Phillies. More coverage of SEC Media Days after this. Stay tuned. She's Amanda LaFratta asking the tough questions. I'm just like the table skirt. So hang tight. More after this.